here I am, in the place to be. Mr. K and B, you fuck with me. Extra sexy, extraordinary. Palms are hairy, your mama pop my cherry.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. What up, y'all? It's KB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the Sexy Ninjacast, and I need you to do something. Send some help. Send me some help, please, because I just watched an awesome movie by the one and only Sam Raimi. And the movie is called Send Help. Oh my gosh, it's less than 2 hours, but it's a damn good time, man. And it is so Sam Raimi-esque. And I just gotta say, Rachel McAdams is amazing in this movie. I mean, she plays Linda Little, and she's this hardworking person. You know, she does everything by the book. You know, of course, she eats a tuna sandwich. She gets drunk and talks to her bird. She's just a hardworking person. She's a little awkward, yeah, for sure. But when the father of this company she works at dies, the son takes over, and the son is played by Dylan O'Brien. He plays Bradley Preston, and Bradley Preston is a piece of shit. And there's this upcoming role that Linda's supposed to get. You know, this is the role that the father promised her because she works so hard and she's very good at her job. This movie really hits home for me in a lot of ways, because I get it. You work so hard, you work yourself to the bone, and somebody else gets something that you felt like you deserve. Okay? I think we could all relate to Linda Little and go home and get drunk and talk to our bird or our pet, like my cat. My cat's heard a lot of things. I'm like, look at these mother lovers talking about. So, and you know, they go on this business trip. You know, Bradley wants to promote his friend, and Franklin, who's played by Dennis Haysbert, tells him like, "Hey, no, I know you're the boss now, but Linda was promised this role," and he was like, "Fuck her." So when they find out, when she finds out through email that she didn't get the position and it was Bradley's friend that got the position, she tried to stand up for herself. You know, and their first interaction was not really that great either between Bradley and Linda, because when Linda like shook his hand and said, "Welcome to the company," blah, 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 she had a little piece of tuna on her face, and, you know, he was like, "What's that smell? Tuna, fucking disgusting." You know, he already hated Linda off the bat. So when we get to Linda's home, you can tell in the back she has a bunch of surviving books. She watches Survivor. She's one of those. She knows all about like just how to survive in the woods and stuff like that. So she doesn't get the job. But Franklin tells him like, "Hey, you need her for this next trip. Like, you need to take her with you because she knows, you know, one. And after you guys get that trip done, I guess you can do whatever you want." So they take the plane. And as she's working her ass off, you know, trying to get ready for this presentation, the two douchebag friends "Hey, you want to see something funny?" And it's Linda's tryout video for Survivor. It's cheesy, yes. You know, it's all the things that you think it's going to be, especially from her as her character. And Bradley and his piece of shit friends start laughing at it and picking on her, and then she gets upset, and then all of a sudden, turbulence, the plane goes down. And this is where all the fun begins. I mean, yes, there's a guy that gets pulled, gets yanked, and it shows how Bradley's friends are just pieces of shit because they're trying to survive. And, of course, Linda has her seatbelt on. She's screaming, "Ah!" And the friends are biting each other and they're clawing at each other just so they can survive. And the water, they hit the water, and this is just where it's like, all right, let's just have some fun. And Linda and Bradley wake up on this island. Linda automatically knows what to do. Shelter, food, water resources. She just knows it all. And as the movie progresses, it's amazing because she starts creating tote bags. She starts creating like tumbler cups, you know, and that's the comedy of it. She's just like, I know everything. I'm better than you, you know. And Bradley he's such a piece of shit. He's like, well, blah, blah, you work for me. And she's just like, excuse me. Do you know where we are, motherfucker? And it's just like, oh. And there's a great part where he says some piece of shit stuff to her, and she leaves him. And he just can't survive. So what does he do? He goes back to her and says, Linda, please, I'm dying. My leg, this and that. She's like, oh, okay. And Linda, she's such a nice person that she helps Bradley. Teaches him how to survive. Teaches him this and that. Teaches him like, hey, if you want to know which berries are poisonous and this and that, you rub it on the skin. And if it breaks out, that means don't eat it. Do this and that. But Linda gets a little too comfortable in this role because she's the alpha here on this island, with her and Bradley. And the reason being is because she doesn't want to go back to the life of being put down and mocked and everything, just for being herself and being such a hard worker, and there's a moment where rescue boats come and she doesn't wave them down or anything like that. She says, no, it's not time yet. So as her and Bradley are, and Bradley, you feel like he's becoming a better person. You think this. No. And there's a moment where, she tells him, like, hey, don't go over in that area because it's, there's brush and this and that. You won't last and blah, blah. He's like, okay, he believes her. Why? Because she's the one that's surviving this whole thing. He wants to build a raft. She's like, that's stupid. But, and there's a moment where he like, I'm going to wine and dine you and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And he poisons her. You're probably thinking like, oh shit, why would you poison the person that is the only person that knows how to survive here? Because he's a piece of shit. And he takes his little stupid raft and it doesn't work. And Linda, there's this amazing scene where she's talking about, where she poisons him and he's like, he can't move or anything like that. And she's like, I'm going to cut your dick off. I'm going to put you in your place. I'm going to neuter you. And he's like freaking out and his facial reactions is just terrifying. But she's like, yeah, she goes, don't cross me ever again, And like right when, boom, she cuts and blood's everywhere. And you're like, oh my God, what is going on? Oh God, she cut his dick up. No, she cut it right up and you're like, oh, but it is such an intense scene. I love it, man. And the Sam Raimi shots and everything, it's just a fun, good time here, And we get Zuri, who's Bradley's fiance. We meet her in the beginning of this movie. She's going out. She's trying to find him. And she gets to the island, and Linda's like, oh, shit. Okay. And, of course, she dies along with the person that brought her to the island because Linda's not done. And her hand rolls up onto the beach. Zuri's hand. Was that her name? Just making sure. Yeah, Zuri. And Bradley finds it. Bradley loses it. And, these two get in a big old fight. And as Bradley's trying to escape, he finds a house. I guess there was a house on this island. And this is where she was getting all these fruits and stuff like that. But man, like I said, the progression until the point of the end was just amazing. Because Linda's like, hey, I know how to make sushi. I know how to make water. I made alcohol. I done this. Let's get drunk. It is so well done. And I thought Bradley was going to win. I was like, oh man, Bradley's going to win. He's going to kill her. This is where at the point of the movie I was kind of like, all right, let's just do this. No. And what I love about Sam Raimi is he keeps things to the imagination. And not a lot of filmmakers do that anymore. They have to lay everything out just so you can see and it's told and it's in detail. I love movies that are like, okay, at the end of the movie, I'm going to be like, I wonder what happened to Linda. Linda probably did that. You know what I mean? Like that's what I love about Sam Raimi filmmaking and just the way he takes to the story and everything like that. And the score is amazing. The score is intense and it's comedic at the same time. And there's a Bruce Campbell cameo. I guess he was the father of Bradley. Yeah, I wish we saw him in the movie. That would have been cool. But this is where the big sequence happens in the end. Big fight. Is Bradley going to win? That's what I thought. And no. Linda gets away with it. Linda's the one who's like, yep, I survived the island. I tried to save those guys, but nope, I'm the only survivor. She gets rich and famous. She's playing golf. She's the big top dog. And there's a moment in the start of the movie where, her coworker's like, we're going to go play karaoke. And she's like, ooh, one way. I'd like the song, one way or another. And that song comes back at the very end as she has her happy ending. And, it's like, man, you did a lot of terrible things. But it's okay, because we're rooting for Linda. I'm rooting for Linda from the beginning because I get it. I get it. The story of her working her ass off and some dude coming in and being a piece of shit and being like, nope, my best friend's going to get the thing. He's only worked here for like a couple years. Like, all of that hits home. And I've dealt with it personally, so it's nice to see Linda Little win. We all have a little bit of Linda Little in ourselves. Who's a little bit awkward, who's a little bit nerdy, who's into something like very much like. And Rachel McAdams, man, I gotta say, she took this part and she ate it up. She ate it up, man. And shout out to Mr. Dylan O'Brien for playing Bradley. He played the role very, very well. And like I said, you every time you thought he was evolving, maybe they're gonna. And I didn't want them to fall in love. I didn't want them to fuck or anything like that. Like, I was like, that's too cliche. But that doesn't happen because he's still a piece of shit. Like, he wants to be the alpha male here, even though clearly he knows she is. And so when you get to the house and you get to this and that, you're like on your edge of your seat because you're like, oh man, come on, Linda, do it for us. And as she gets her happy ending, it's amazing, man. But the director is Sam Raimi, stars Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. I really enjoy this. This came out in January. Now it's streaming on Hulu. Oh, yes, it's just streaming on Hulu. The cinematography was Bill Pope. Oh, yes. Screenplay, Mark Swift and Damian Shannon. Awesome stuff, man. I really enjoyed this movie. I own it now. Like, I had to go buy the DVD. That's how much I liked it. So it has to be in physical media form. I'm going to watch the special features, of course. There's the behind the scenes and all that. But yeah, send help. Go check it out and send some help to somebody. Send somebody this movie who just wants a good time. It's less than 2 hours, horror/comedy. So check it out. Oh, I give it a solid 5 out of 5. I love this movie. I watched it a few more times just because that's how much I like it. All right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the movie. If you saw it, tell me if you're going to go see it. Go for it. Watch it. Enjoy it. Pull out the popcorn or soda pop, whatever you do to watch a movie. But that's it. That's all. Like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. I'm KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember to stay sexy, ninjas. Whoop, whoop!
No help is coming. This is the way things are now, and you need to just accept that.